Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. Welcome to My Time to Journal, an untrained person playing with lots of art supplies and having fun. Join me. Good morning, good morning. Day 2 of our What If They Had Been in Yosemite, where I'm taking a bunch of 30, to be exact, a bunch of different painters, artists, inventors, famous history people, and picturing them in Yosemite. This idea was born out of a journal that I made last month, a journal page, and it's very loose, I remind you, loose art, in air quotes, that I do, and I am, so far, loving the results. Day 2, so far, loving the results. It takes me a while to get in a groove, normally, for a project. For some reason, I feel like I have to do a project a month, or have at least a 30-day project going and start them on the beginning of the month. Don't ask me why. It just is how my brain is operated these days. And so I'm making redwoods here. Loose interpretations of redwoods. My interpretations of redwoods. And trying to I get all that to dry. I did that early this morning before I ate breakfast, and yesterday for you, and just creating the image of a tree. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be the right colors, doesn't have to be nature perfect. It just has to be interpretation of trees. So I realized that I'm going to need some more paper. These are book pages that came out of some book I got at the Goodwill or somewhere, a thrift store somewhere. And I'm putting white over, just a white cheap craft paint over them. Sometimes I have too much paint. Sometimes I have to create another one, and let that dry. So when I come back, I will have dry trees, dry paper to work with in my traveler's notebook. So I am back now, and time has gone by. I have had the idea of creating a time journal for a very long time. I've been collecting images of watches and the word time and all kinds of stuff for 2 or 3 years now. Haven't made it yet, but today those watches or clocks are going to come in handy. So I'm trying to create some rough edges on my book pages to have green ragged edges showing on the outside of on the outer edges of the book, of the spread, and creating, I have orange paint on my desk and it's getting everywhere, including on my leather cover, which I managed to get off. But anyhow, so creating the background for my time in the redwoods. And you say, okay, but I thought you said these were all different people. Who puts time in weird places where the clocks fold along the edges? Salvador Dali. So this was the only thing I could come up with for him. Now, granted, I made my list. I could change my list. You don't know my list, so you won't even know if I changed it or not. I didn't change it. I just had this idea. Van Gogh and Dali came into my heads when I first came up with this idea last month, and said, what if, Van Gogh was in Yosemite? A casual statement happened last month in my journal, and there's me trying to save that orange paint that's getting everywhere. So I'm like, and Salvador Dali, what would Salvador Dali do? You got to look at this with your eyes kind of squinted and your head cocked to one side, but it works for me, and that's okay. So I took those watches and tried to create folds in them, like they're dropping or drooping over the edge of something sharp, like in his painting. And he being Salvador Dali, so I had them bending around the tree trunks. I had them bending on imaginary edges, some real edges. Just kind of the event, the idea of something folded over the edge of something else. At this point, I'm not sure where I'm going. I'm going back to my reference page picture. And now I'm going to create kind of like, there's edges in his painting. I don't even know what this one is called. I have my computer right here. I could look it up, but I'm too lazy. So it's just the edges are in his paintings where these clocks are folding over or sliding down from. I guess it looks more like they're sliding down. I've seen some of these paintings in the Metropolitan, blah, 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 blah. So in this painting also, he has kind of like a horizon of a yellow background, say sunset or sunrise, and a blue background, say ground or the horizon as the sun comes up or goes down. I'm not sure which one it is. So I'm trying to create the illusion of a tad bit of that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just creating a little bit of Dolly in Yosemite. To me, this kind of stuff is so much fun. It's collage. It's here I'm trying to create the bluish brown background and backfiring. But it works in the end. I create, these are metallic paints. I don't know why I grabbed two metallics. One is like a pearl color and one is a copperish color. But I didn't want to have full coverage. I didn't want to have, so I'm trying to add some more yellow to the top to create the starkness of the different two colors. Just, it's all just interpretive. It's just free for all. It's just fun. And it's a way for me to start my day with Salvador Dali. I mean, hello. So all of this paint was very thinly put on here, so it pretty much dries fast. And there comes a big black mustache right across the front. I knew when I did these trees that I wanted a big black mustache across the whole thing, just for fun and a smile. That's all I want, is fun and a smile. And I'm using these tabs. I think I'm going to use them all the time. I put time in the trees. This is my interpretation of what would happen if Salvador Dali went to Yosemite or got to see Yosemite before he passed away. Anyhow, fun, fun, fun. Now tomorrow is a little bit more out there. It's going to be really interpretive, but it's going to be fun. So that's all that matters. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.